Good morning to you. If you've just joined us this Tuesday morning, you are still watching Morning Rush right here on DSTV channel 294 on ZTN Prime. And as we continue on Morning Rush, you know we are your plug when it comes to giving you information and just keeping you up to date with what's happening around you, just so you are not left behind. So as we go on this morning, I have guests in the studio. You see what happens early morning, what we end up saying. Yes. I have two guests in the studio. Now we're going to be talking about the upcoming Evolve ICT Summit. So I have Lorraine Nyahwa. She's the Chief Commercial Officer from Dandemutande. Good morning and welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. And Simon Nyamuda, Evolve Event Facilitator. Good morning and thanks for coming.
Good morning, Wazi. Thank you for having us.
Great. Now, you know ICT is just a technical thing. Could you please just put it in layman terms and just tell us what this whole summit is all about? And let's start there.
All right. Thanks so much for having us. So the Evolve ICT Summit is a platform where we're bringing together policy leaders, tech leaders, entrepreneurs, and youth to explore sustainable and inclusive information communication technology solutions. I think just breaking it down, everyone is now in ICT. If you've got a smartphone, you're in ICT. If you're on social media, you're in ICT. So we're really looking at solutions which bring about digital transformation and don't leave Africa behind, even as things are evolving and things are changing in the ICT space. The ICT space is such a broad area and it's such a broad space. So we're going to be demystifying things like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. What does it mean? What does the Cyber and Data Protection Act mean? And what are the opportunities? What's the future of work, even as technology has just changed and drastically evolved?
What you say is pretty interesting, that everyone is now in ICT. Because sometimes you can exempt yourself and say, no, this is technical. If I'm not an IT person, then this doesn't involve me. Okay, so I think that speaks to why it's significant for Zimbabwe right now, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, and then this year's theme, Sustainable ICT Solutions for the Future. What does this mean in practical terms?
So in practical terms and in layman terms, we are really looking at solutions which permeate throughout the generations. How do we come up with solutions which are green and using renewable energy, that are climate friendly? How do we come up with solutions which don't affect our children, which don't affect future generations, and that are affordable and that are sustainable even for the future? How do we come about the regulatory framework for these ICT solutions? How do we regulate? AI is there. Do we still learn the way we learned before? Do we still do business the way we did it before? So really this is what the theme is really going to unpack, even as we move and propel ourselves even into the future.
Okay. And then Lorraine, seeing that this is an inclusive initiative, could you walk us through the role of Dandemutande in this summit?
Thanks, Wazi. So with Dandemutande, we are an ICT solutions, technology solutions partner, and we are partnering Evolve ICT because we believe in digital transformation, which is sustainable and responsible. So we are partnering Evolve ICT with Zimpapers as well. Following the AI conference which we did in Manicaland, we then say let's go and be inclusive of all the regions in Zimbabwe. So Zimpapers is the reach, and we have the ICTs that are sustainable. So within our space, we've got innovations that are sustainable. We are part of ITU, which is International Telecoms Union, and they are big on sustainable development goals, which we also believe in, particularly the one SDG number 9, which speaks of industrialization, innovation, and building resilient infrastructure. So as Dandemutande, this is the future for us. As Simon said, we need to build an inclusive future for our children, and also that impacts positively on the environment. So that's how we come in as Dandemutande.
Okay, that's great. And then if someone wanted to find out some of the services and solutions that Dandemutande offers to support digital transformation, what would you say?
So with us, we like I said, we're a technology solutions partner. So we have connectivity as our bread and butter at the moment. With that, we have our own cloud data centers where we have co-location services in Harare and in Bulawayo, and we also co-locate in South Africa. And with all this connectedness, we also are looking at cybersecurity as a solution into the market. ICT hardware solutions, but also the AI that Simon spoke about, Internet of Things. Those are solutions that are being innovative within our environment, which we as Dandemutande also offer.
Okay, great. Simon, could you also highlight some of the profiles of the key speakers and tell us what sessions attendees can actually look forward to at the summit?
Yeah, definitely. So our guest of honor is none other than the Minister of ICT and Postal and Courier Services, Dr. Tatenda Mawetera. And we're also going to have a keynote from the Director General from the Postal and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, Dr. Gif Machengete. There's also going to be a host of exciting panel discussions where we've got top-of-the-range CEOs, we've got directors of ICT in some of our universities. So it's a diverse cohort of speakers who are really going to bring the house down. From career guidance to the future of work, and really breaking down AI for boosting productivity and moving the nation forward and moving the continent forward.
Okay, and then Lorraine, still on that, seeing that Dandemutande is the sponsor for the Evolve ICT Summit 2025, how is the company contributing to sustainable ICT infrastructure in Zimbabwe and the whole region?
Okay, so with Dandemutande, we are planning to build a Tier 3 data center, which is going to be green, with a green energy, infrastructure, innovative ICT equipment. Everything is going to be green. So we are in that space already with our own data centers and base stations being on solar energy. This is how we are planning to, or we are actually doing within the industry.
Okay, and then Lorraine, in a world where digital threats evolve rapidly, how is Dandemutande helping businesses to adopt sustainable cybersecurity solutions that ensure long-term protection? So
with Dandemutande, we have actually built in our own security operating center, which is 24/7. Attacks do not have time that they are going to attack you. So we have taken it upon ourselves to protect the businesses in Zimbabwe through that security operating center. So within our cybersecurity department, we have also solutions like firewalls, for example, antiviruses for individuals, consumers as well, and the end user. We also do vulnerability assessment tests such that we continuously check within your network what threats are there and also offer remediation on those threats.
And then you spoke about a partnership with Zim Papers earlier on. Could you talk about how Zim Papers' role is actually contributing to amplifying your reach?
Okay, so with Zim Papers, we saw that we've got a common goal. Zim Papers would like to go digital. Like now we are on television, we are on social medias, and this is the way to take the news out there. We need to change the narrative of who Zimbabwe is, and what best medium or channel than the Zim Papers group. We've got reach all over the country, and we can take this message to each and every corner of Zimbabwe through Zim Papers. So this is why we're partnered Zim Papers.
Okay, great. Simon, you mentioned how ICT is not leaving anybody behind and how it actually affects everybody. Could you talk to us about how this summit is going to be supporting youth innovation and inclusion, especially through the Student Day?
All right, super. So like our president says, we're leaving no one behind and no place behind. So on Friday, the 4th of July, there's going to be a Students' Innovation Day. And it's just going to be really dedicated to young tech enthusiasts, including student showcases, mentorship sessions, career guidance, hands-on learning with experts, and really giving the youth a seat at the table because they are the future. A couple of decades ago, China and India made a conscious decision to introduce technology at a young age. So they introduced coding right from kindergarten. And now the results are so evident because the Chinese and Indians are definitely leaders within the space. So we believe as we have these crucial conversations, Zimbabwe will also have a seat on the table, and Africa will definitely have a seat on the table in developing sustainable ICT solutions that not only propel Africa, but actually the world, where we're actually exporting solutions throughout the nations.
Okay, because that's the direction that the world is going.
Yes,
hey,
definitely.
Okay, great. How can businesses today stay relevant and competitive in light of what you're going to be discussing at your summit?
Yeah, precisely. So ICT has shifted from being a support unit to actually being the driver of business. If you look at banking, it's now largely being driven through digital systems. It's no longer brick and mortar, and we've seen one of the commercial banks actually say we're actually transforming to a neobank, meaning it's completely digital, no longer physical branches. And that's what's happening with a lot of our entities. So through the platforms that are also going to be there's going to be sessions on how to boost your business online. Do you have a customer relationship management system? How are you reaching your clients? Through digital, you can now extend your reach to 24/7 business, where you can have chatbots, you can have artificial intelligence agents who are actually doing processes for you. So this symposium is really relevant to every single sector within the country, to say, do our children need to learn the way they've been learning? Our students, probably not, because the knowledge base has changed completely with artificial intelligence. How can we use AI in mining? How can we use it in agriculture? How can we predict weather patterns and really come up with remedial solutions which bring forth growth even in our gross domestic product as a nation? So it's really revolutionary, and it really crosses across all sectors, from board members to CEOs, to CTOs, to CIOs, to chief marketing officers, and to those who are in technology, where we're really breaking down these solutions to say, how can you leverage technology to transform your business?
Okay, and then before we get into the registration process, Lorraine, why should someone attend the summit?
Everything is going digital at the moment, and ICT is no longer a luxury, it's a must. Everyone should have it, everyone should harness it and embrace it. So as Simon said, we have innovative solutions that we are going to showcase. We have panel discussions that will influence policies, and as we see, the whole world has gone digital, so every Zimbabwean should be rally behind this summit, because you're there to learn, you're there to look at my business, how can I be innovative, and how can I get more information about it. So to me, don't be behind, just go with the flow with us, with Evolve, into the digital world. We are here to support your vision in the digital transformation. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So Simon, the registration process, how can delegates get in touch with you, students, exhibitors? What's the process?
All right. So they can visit the website, www.evolveictsummit.com. They can email info@evolveictsummit.com. The WhatsApp number is 0719 494 407. They can also contact 086 77 105 028 or 0242 494 407. And here's the other thing that's really exciting, is that the exhibition is completely free of charge. So on Thursday, it's the business day. So if you are in business, you can attend and visit the expos, see what leaders in technology such as Dandemutande have on offer, because these are really our continental leaders who are really within the space, and other exciting exhibits that are definitely going to be on offer. And then Friday is open to the general public. So it's really going to be a bustling expo where everyone is involved and everyone can learn and participate. For our delegates who are attending the 2 full-day conference, the investment is $200. And then Friday for the Students Innovation Day, the cost is $10 exclusive of lunch, and $30 for students inclusive of lunch. Yeah, so to anyone out there, don't miss out, and let's evolve together.
Okay, and then what are the dates of the summit?
So the dates is this Thursday, the 3rd of July, and Friday, the 4th of July. So block out those dates. It's going to be electric.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Anything I've left out?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you so
to
much.
shed more light on this upcoming summit.